I'm not so wet anymore. Una historia de Juan Antonio Garcia. México, un país tan, tan bonito. With big, big cities, with crowded people. The architecture beautiful, colors eye-catching. Music como mariachis, amazing. Food, the aroma, so delicious. Tequila rasping down your throat, or a cool, nice, refreshing Corona beer. But my father didn't have that beautiful luxury Mexico had to offer. But instead, my father lived in a poor town called Villa Guerrero in Jalisco, Mexico. The part of town that he lived in kind of looked like this. And it was very rough for him and his 11 brothers and sisters, with his 2 parents all supporting one another. His house actually looked like this, with a little bit bigger. Had to maintain the ranch of my grandpa Porfirio, having to take care of all the beautiful animals that they have: horses, cows, chickens, having to feed off their eggs. Juan had enough. He wanted change. So my father, at the age of 16, thought about going to a different place, somewhere new. But he knew that there was consequences. People watching him constantly. Police watching him over the border. People watching him over the air, making sure no one gets by. But my dad worked hard and got some money and raised some money to give it to Coyote, but not this Coyote, but a Coyote, helping him to get over the border. They used a truck, and my dad hid under a mattress while the Coyote drove for hours and hours to finally get to the border of the United States in California. They finally have reached California. My father shook the Coyote's hand, and they parted ways. My dad immediately started working with family that has already been over here, with his older brothers, working in any job that they possibly could, whether it was from construction or working into nursery homes, taking care of the plants or gardens, to even cutting grass any place they possibly could for any amount of money that they can. Then love came knocking on his heart, and he finally met Lourdes, my mother. They fell in love with each other, and soon he proposed to her because he fell in love with her. But they continued to work. My dad continued to get his money, and they finally got married. Then, shortly after, they had my older sister, Janet. And in 3 years, in 1983, my father finally got his citizenship. And he worked very hard, and he's very proud of getting that, because my grandpa, Porfirio, wanted the best for his children, especially my dad. My dad finally got freedom and now lives a beautiful, amazing life as a father, as a grandpa, as a husband, as a brother, working hard still till this day, at the age of 60, working hard for his family, for us, to give a better life. And I thank him for that, because to us, he finally gave us freedom. The story about all the struggles, worries, problems, flaws my father, Juan Antonio Garcia, went through ended up successful. This will be a tale told for future generations in our family. My father's quote, "I'm not so wet anymore," indicated how although he is now a citizen of the United States, he will never forget his true, proud Mexican roots.